watching Ayit TV, empowering you.
Here, Elsmart Conservation Technologies is introducing you one of the products, and here is the small stove. It's made out of scrap iron sheets, ceramic liner, where this ceramic liner is durable, it conceives a lot of heat and it does not emit it out very fast. So it ends up saving. It is a energy saving stove. It's affordable. It's eco-friendly. Its eco-friendliness is due to low emissions outside the environment. It's of a good clay, a good quality clay, where it cannot even break easily. It has the inlet out inside here, where it's being supported by air to burn the charcoal inside here. It's durable. It's a durable stove. It's on both wholesale and retail price, and its cost ranges from 12,000 to 15,000. And then the second stove here, size 2, it ranges from 15 to 20,000. Here is another stove which is medium briquette stove, and this is the stove that uses briquettes. It ranges from 40,000 to 50,000. This is the briquette, and this briquette is made out of agricultural wastes. It can burn for 5 to 6 hours. And here is another product, which is the fire starter. I wanted to show you how this fire starter can light. And this fire starter is eco-friendly, and it is made out of agricultural wastes, just sawdust and beeswax. It starts fire very quickly, and it can burn for 8 to 12 minutes while burning. Here, you see, it can take a very small period of time. Just within a period of 5 minutes, our charcoal will be lit already. Leave the other issues of using papers, the issues of using polythene bags to light our stoves. Elsmart Conservation Technologies is bringing you these fire starters, and these can light our stoves very well. Just pick a very small piece, you put it in a stove, you light it with a matchbox, and then you start your fire. Because it is out of research that 4.3 million people die annually due to indoor air pollution. This normally affects our mothers and our sisters, our daughters at home.
Yes, thank you very much. That's a mini documentary of Elsmart Technologies, and what you just watched, that was the gentleman explaining to you all the products they have at Elsmart Conservation Technologies. And that's how we start the startup talk today. It's the 30th of November. We are entering into the Christmas month. Are you actually happy about that? It's food time, and obviously you cannot avoid cooking. That's why we had to begin with Elsmart to make sure you know you're safe with fire starters, you're safe with Charcoal Briquettes, yourself with stoves, and yes, a Gandalo, you're going to enjoy all that. Now, usually exactly 5 p.m. every Tuesday, we come back with the Startup Talk, and the focus is usually businesses. We are looking at generally startups and SMEs and what you could actually learn from them, but also giving them platform to let their story and message get to you who is watching. Maybe you could be their next client. We are sponsored by Empower Youth in Technology, AYIT. Yes, we just got an award. Yes, the clip you see right here, that very one is when we grabbed an award as the best startup. I'm talking about in tech. We are talking about Uganda, and that was just a few weeks ago. We're sponsored by those guys, and under the program called the Startup Garage, where we empower startups and SMEs in 2 or 3 things. One is promotion, just like we're about to see some of these businesses that are coming on set. Secondly, we also empower them in mentorship. We also do link them to access to affordable financing options. Now, we already said a lot. We're going to do this short one, and when we come back, we roll on with a Startup Talk.
You're watching AYIT TV, empowering you.
10 nominated startups under the category of the Startup of the Year in the tech sector. And after putting up together all the votes that you gave us, we have the winner in this category. And the winner of this specific category of the Startup of the Year in tech is the winner is Empower Youth in Technology, AYIT. Congratulations, AYIT.
And the winner is AYIT. Yes, that gentleman could not say it better. He said it very, very rightly. But all that is your power, and we thank you very much. Now, I'm Sankara Beruhanga. It is the Startup Talk. Today, we are coming to you live again from the land of milk and honey, the city of Mbarara. The background is quite unique. You need to stay around and know why we are standing next to this beautiful background. But before that, I have some 2 people that, just like we promised you a few hours ago, we have Ndugu Isa. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum. Thank you, Sankara.
Yes.
For hosting us in this program, and we are glad that we are here.
Yes.
And thank you, AYIT, for supporting us in each and every level that we take in our business.
Okay, that is Isa for you from Bam Salim Services Limited. We are about to understand what they are doing, but trust me, it's quite a unique one. Yes.
Thank you very much. Here is Matovu Mohod from Elsmart Conservation Technologies. It's a company that produces for you energy saving solutions to list briquettes, charcoal stoves, then fire starters, and more others. Thank you, please.
Wow, and that is what we do at the Startup Talk. Let's roll in quickly. What actually do you do at Bam Salim Services Limited? Quickly, like sort of so much briefly, and I want to hear from him. We roll on with the Startup Talk this evening.
Thank you very much. This is Isa Kamhanjiri.
Yes.
At Bam Salim Services. I work as Director Business Operations. We are an eco-friendly construction company. We deal in interlocking stabilized soil blocks that are made from mallam and mixed with cement. We also do plaster. We do plastic pavers and also roof tiles from plastics. So we are into that journey of building affordably with our affordable building materials. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. That is Bam Salim again for you. And well, what we know now so far is that he's into construction, but they do it in very, very unique way, because he says the materials they use, some of them are gotten from plastic. And did I hear him say they do interlocking blocks? Wow, we're about to see what that means. Let's first listen to or hear from Ndugu Elsmart. You're called Mr. Elsmart. I don't know if that's the real name.
Yes. This is Matovu Mohod, as said before, from Elsmart Conservation Technologies. And this is a company that came out after seeing the need to turn agricultural wastes which are being burnt just in the fields. Well, as you know that agriculture is a backbone of Uganda, so just wastes are being burnt in the fields. So Elsmart turns those agricultural wastes into briquettes, and this is an energy saving block. When you try to compare with charcoal, where you find a charcoal, to get a sack of charcoal you just need to cut down 5 trees, but with Elsmart Conservation Technologies we turn that waste into those briquettes, where you can save a lot, and the briquette works for long hours. We construct stoves, permanent stoves in your house. People have very beautiful houses, but they lack stoves in their houses. So here Elsmart's Conservation Technology is a solution for that. You save. Don't buy a lot of stoves in your house. You just have one. Let it get repaired, let it get maintained, so that you can save a lot. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. This episode was actually attributed to Green Enterprises, and that is why you see us on this. Just like the flyer read, we are looking at Green Enterprises trying to change the business game in Mbarara. That's what your flyer read. Again, we are looking at Green Enterprises that are trying to change the business game in Mbarara. And that said, we are going to first look at what the capacity of Elsmart that they have actually in changing the business game in Mbarara. We visited some hotel that you're about to see, and this is what we got from there.
You're watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
The game has just started. We promised that we are going to be going into several businesses, telling their story, and bringing them to you to know actually if you must get something to learn from that. And just like you heard a few minutes ago, we are still on our way to establish if indeed actually briquette stoves, permanent stoves that are built by Elsmart Technologies are actually the deal that someone needs to actually connect to. Now we apparently, if what you see on your screen is actually Hotel Shine Sonnet, and we are located in Mbarara opposite corporate Centenary Bank. That is where we are. In case you see that tall building that has Country Cinema, we are just opposite that, and we are about to get to know the story of actually if they can be able to tell that it is a success they recorded with Elsmart Technologies. I'm talking about Charcoal Briquettes, but also the briquette stoves. Now with me is Ndugu Sula, who is the managing director of this very hotel. Sula, tukwaniriza. We are very, very happy to have you on Youth TV.
Exactly. You are most welcome.
Okay. You could say hi to the viewer today kumulama.
How are you to the viewer? I'm managing director Warusim Sulaiman Sempala, Hotel Sunshine Sonnet. I'm very glad to meet you.
Wow. Omanyi, whenever you meet a king, at least otandikirawo to worship. Oba bakugamba nti kati tandika obaletaka otandikirawo nyini woyimiridde. Kakati nga tetunagenda kuba Elsmart. Let's start with your business.
Exactly.
Hotel yaffe eno tugenda mu nnaku za Gandaalo. That's what they usually say. Fe enjawulo gye tulina ku hoteli endala eriki?
Actually, our hotel is quite different from other hotels, sorry to say, but indeed it is quite different. More especially in these days, actually, we have a fear of bombs and whatever.
Yes.
But I'm assuring you that we have metal detectant. The security here is very perfect, and our service are very okay.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow, it's a beautiful one, and I think if you're watching that video, you realize the place is actually elegant and very, very pretty. Mulinayo omuntu omugendo tukolera mweno season.
Exactly. It is our system. Always, more especially during those holidays. We are approaching Christmas holidays.
Yes.
We have a discount of our customers. We have a discount of our customers. I'm encouraging you, please come all, come many. We have a discount of 10%.
Well, 10%, and in case you're planning to have a night in Mbarara, then you know the place to be is, if you're entering Mbarara before the popular Mayembe Gente, you need to ask around where is Centenary Corporate. They will show you, and then opposite that is the hotel Mwami Sula is talking about, and he says 10% off. You're going to sleep comfortably and have those meals that you may wish to have in Mbarara. You know the Mbarara dishes, that's what you're going to find here. Now, mukulu Elismart eri gye tubadde gye twasoose yatugambye nti you use 1 their stoves, 2 nti mukozesa ne Charcoal Briquettes zaabwe. Wano njagala otuyitiremu akatonotono. Is it a success story oba byagezaako?
For sure, sincerely speaking, I have to be frank to you.
Yes.
All people in the same industry, I'm encouraging you, please. Can you please look for Elismart so that you improve yourself in your business? I'm assuring you, we used to use firewood, gas, charcoal, but since we started with Elismart, we have actually recorded the success, and I'm assuring you, please join that gentleman. You will achieve the desired effect.
Okay. Kale, eno waffe eno gyowangalidde eno tulinayo olugero nti amazima g'omunyankole olumanyi? Tolumanyi. Amazima g'omunyankole n'okwerebera simanyi nga mu Luganda bamukiina naye we need to see and prove. Simanyi oba oli willing at least tutwalayo twerabireko n'agaffe. Tugende?
I'm very willing actually to take you there.
Yes.
You watch yourself.
Okay. Yes, let's go to the production unit, the mill you have where they produce it from, and we need to be sure whether it's actually Elismart technologies, conservation technologies, materials. I'm talking about stoves and charcoal briquettes. If indeed that's what these guys use, please let's move to this and see.
You're watching a Hit TV, empowering you.
Wano ku Sunshine Summit Hotel twadiscoveringa nti Elismart technology ekulu ekintu kyamaanyi nnyo mu kusevinga. Twakozesanga amanda, gaasi, naye okutuusa bwe tusalira amagezi n'atubulira ku nkola ya briquettes, era briquettes kati zitukozesa. In fact twagenda okukiprovinga nga zisevinga 75%, era nkubira abantu omulanga bonna abali mu industry ya hotels, restaurant, abookya ennyama, abookya enkoko, mbe encouraging okulaba nti munoonya Elismart mukozesa briquettes kubanga kye kintu ekisevinga okusinga ebintu ebirala byonna byonna. Zaawukanira ddala 100% ku ziri stoves eza bulijjo kubanga eno bagikola specifically ng'egenda mu briquette. Kuba bw'oddira briquette eno n'ogikozesa stove eno endala etali yaayo, you will not achieve the desired effect. Era nga mbe encouraging okuba nti mukozesa stove zino eza Elismart kubanga bikola bulungi concurrent ne bricks za producing. Ono afuna ekintu ekituufu.
Bampita Sempala Hadija, nkolanga manager Hotel Shanisanet. Nebaza ekitongole kino ekituwa amanda gano aga briquettes, nkyebaliza ddala kubanga kituyambye nnyo okusinziira enkola gye twalinga tukolamu. Nagulanga amanda nga olunaku nkozesa ensawo bwe njigulanga kati ku makya ekawungeezi mba nziramu kugula nsawo ndala naye briquettes zimekinze okuba nga nsevinga nekyenkola nga nkiraba nti at least bw'oteekako briquette yemu ekola essaawa 5 n'oba ng'okozeseza siringi 1500 lwa briquettes ekitali kumanda. Briquette yemu osobola okugiteekako nga olina program weetimingidde ku bintu by'ofumba n'ogaa nti kati ntaddeko kyayi mugjeeko kanteekeko enva n'oziggyako bw'oba emmere wakumye briquette endala n'ossaako emmere n'ogijjako n'esigala nga briquette egenda paka saa 12. Ekisevinga kumanda si bwe kyali ate briquettes nnungi kubanga tiziriimu nti olinamu empulunguse z'ogijja mu manda. Amanda gabeeramu olusenyente gabeeramu ebirerya mu briquettes tikiriimu. Kale mpagira bonna abantu abalina hoteeri okubanga bakozesa briquettes kubanga bw'oba okozesa briquettes ojja kubanga osevinga okusinga okukozesa amanda kubanga amanda bayinza okusiba ne bakusiba ebirerya ne bakusiba amanda nga galimu olusenyente. Mu briquettes tibiriimu birerya tibiriimu olusenyente. Supply yaabwe esigala ng'eri constant okuva we baatandika nakati bwe kiri. Kale nsaba mwenna abalina hoteeri mwekwata ekitongole kino tube nga tukola ki tuddukanya emirimu bulungi nga tusevinga kubanga si kirungi kukola omulimu nga tosevinga.
Thank you very much. Here is at Sanet Hotel, and this is one of our client. We supply him with our briquettes, and also we give we supply them with stoves, and these stoves are of different sizes. We make them depending on the need of the customer. We have a medium briquette stove which consumes 1 briquette. Then we have we have a triple briquette stove, and we have the other quadro briquette stove, the one that can accommodate 4 briquettes at a go, the one that can accommodate 3, the one that can accommodate 2, and even 1. These are the types of stoves, so we can make them depending on the need of the customer. Yes, even there are those giant stoves that can accommodate a big pan of around 40 liters. So by this we help people at least to save a lot. Then when you use these types of briquettes, these types of stoves, of course they are permanent. One of it, they are permanent, meaning they do not easily lose heat. So meaning all the kind of heat is just is taken to the pan. So meaning at the end of it, at least people will save a lot, and even consumption is reduced. The other thing is that the thing is permanent. The thing is permanent. There is no that need of wastages. Yes.
Yes, maybe if we just wrote about this, or if you just saw a flyer of this, you would not actually believe that what we are talking about is actually true. What you just watched is a true manifestation that this product actually works, and you need to consider that. We just have to get your comment about this that you just saw from Elsmart Technologies. What actually do you think about it? But before that, I see a young lady in the same hotel, and perhaps we could sign up with that, and we should be able to switch to a different part. Wow, so glad to have you. Sorry for interruptions, but first say hi to the viewer live on HIT TV.
Hi everyone.
Yes.
I'm talking from Sanet. We are talking about briquettes.
Yes.
Yeah, briquettes, it's a good thing to keep your food very warm. Some clients, they come, they want tea, you can, or katogo.
Yes.
You cannot wait because the food is always warm. Yeah, the briquettes, it's a very good thing to use on especially hotels.
Yeah, we've seen some hotels, you enter, you order,
you wait
for
no, that's briquettes. So that's the good thing of that briquettes. Yeah.
So what you mean here, in case client enters,
you cannot wait. If you worry that you are going to cook many things, it cannot be like cold. No, it keeps warm. It keeps it warm, very warm. No worries if you want to cook many things, if you want to cook everything, even it saves the charcoal.
Yes.
You use a little charcoal.
Just like we saw a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just and it's like a gas. It's like a gas. In few minutes you'll be finished to cook your food.
Wow. Very, very, very pretty over there. And Ayagala number, Ayagala Manyago. The guy watching you.
Okay, my name is Mtes Alia.
Yes.
And my number.
No, don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, that's my name.
Okay.
So
are you saying we need to come over here?
Yeah, you come. Yeah, this our hotel, everything is ready, very ready. So I will be very okay if you want to check how speedy we are. If you want food,
yes.
you want tea, you can see how we are.
Like
so fast. We give you food in a few minutes. If you're hungry, if you want to eat very early, you are very hungry.
Yes.
Shine Summit Hotel.
I'm telling you, and
That is Elsmart making that possible. It is a success story indeed. In case you are in the food industry, then the only guys, your go-to place is Elsmart Conservation Technologies. That has been a success story over there. Let's roll. We are still on the Startup Talk, and this is not the end.
You're watching AYIT TV, empowering you.
Yes, thank you very much for keeping on the Startup Talk. That was quite a remarkable story and a success story of Elsmart Technologies. That guy just proved to us that actually the technologies work, and I want to congratulate you for that. What we saw there is a very, very remarkable one, and I promise, like we started saying, this Christmas time is about food time, and it should be Elsmart time. It should be Charcoal Briquette time. And for if you're in Mbarara, that's the deal. If you're a business, we are looking at how these guys are changing the game for you. Now, where we are standing and what we saw minutes earlier is actually a site of interlocking blocks that we believe and that we just learned are done by Ndugu Bam Salim Services Limited. You're not Bam Salim, you're Isa. Yes, it's your show. We are glad. This is a beautiful site there. I am so surprised. I think you need to keep around and see how this actually turns to be a very, very good innovation. Yes, you're welcome. It is your show.
Thank you very much again, and I'm happy to be on this platform. What you see here is an interlocking block structure.
Yes.
That has taken a few days in construction. So far we have reached the level of beam level, and what I can tell you, we are in Chamgorani, Kachika, Mbarara City. We approached this client, and this client had already the maram, and not knowing that this maram can be turned into a product which is so useful. So we convinced the client to an extent that we came and did the blocks from site, and at due course the client saved a lot of money. So an interlocking block is the one that is made out of maram,
Yes.
mixed with cement, then put into a block press machine. Then we come up with such product. This product is so heavy, as my colleague was lifting it.
I'm sweating.
And what is best in it is that its uniqueness. It has the grooves. It has the its thickness is so smooth that you can do plastering or leave it. And what we normally do in terms of saving, we put blinding paint on these blocks and we do the copings. So this saves the client up to 30% on construction budget. So the grooves that we are talking about, these blocks interlock each other, and you will not need mortar when you're constructing.
Wow.
That gives you a benefit. And the other point we can talk about, if these blocks are made from site, you save transport ultimately. And saving this transport money, we actually do some other things. For example, the structure you see here, it has taken us a few weeks, like constructing it. Production took us 2 weeks, and the construction took us 1 week. So I mean, as we talked, we don't need mortar, so the structure goes up so quickly, just because they interlock with each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's view this from the site itself. We need to move in, and I can't wait to enter this. You need to now show us how how is it possible to build this? But first tell me, what is mortar? Mortar means what?
Mortar is a mixture of msheni, cement, and msheni.
Okay, okay. So how do we achieve this without sand? Okay, I'm told it's called mortar, but yeah, let's view.
What you see the background,
Yes,
is the substructure, and the substructure, as I told you, you look at the smoothness. It is so good that you can varnish, you can put the blinding paint, you can do whatever. In terms of saving, you're good to go. So I'm going to demonstrate here. Practically, people may not really get convinced that this block can really fit with each other.
yes.
A pick and play.
Show us. Who is watching? This is a beautiful moment. This gentleman is trying to demonstrate how interlocking blocks actually work. We are looking at how green enterprises are changing the business game. Now, what you see is actually how we are able to, the building we are in right now, the one you see, you just saw in the background, this is how it was built. No chetuito musenyo, you're not going to use that, but at the end of the day you're going to have a building standing. And why are we concerned about sand anyway? It is actually reported that number one distractor of Mbarara's river is because people are actually doing sand mining in illegal ways. Now, if we have such an innovation, then it is going to be able to reduce, especially we're talking about urbanization, we're talking about city, Mbarara City. How about 70% of buildings are done with this kind of technology? Or what about reducing sand mining anyway? That the sand I would need is reduced almost 80%. That is what makes it green enterprising, and at the end of the day you have your wall standing just like unshaken. Yeah. Isa, it's your turn. Please continue and tell us. Me, I already appreciate it, and I believe a comment should be coming out.
Yes, what you see here is the structure. So I was demonstrating how we do interlocking blocks,
Yes.
to do our structures, and this is the final product. And as I told you, you're sure that when you use our blocks,
Yes.
it is so quick. You not need the other people to mix for you mortar. You just need experienced masons to stack the blocks.
Wow.
They are dry stacked, and what I can tell you is that you can really save up to 35% on the construction budget. So whoever is watching, this is an opportunity that we can opt in to use, as in building this building our nation with interlocking blocks which have environmental fit. We don't burn these bricks, we only cure them with water for a few days. They are ready for the site construction, and these blocks are made from site. So we are flexible. We are a team of around 12. So we carry our machines, come to your site, excavate maram, or if you don't have, you can really get maram from septic tanks. You can get it from latrines. You can get it from sock pits, wherever. But what I can tell you is that our material is readily available in Uganda. So whoever wants to build, really come. We can go to your site and make a site survey, see whatever it is possible. If it means excavating maram from your site, we can re-excavate, and if it needs getting maram from wherever, we can re-buy it, and it is very cheap. The material that we use is very cheap.
You know, if let's get done with you explaining. Yeah, I saw. Could he be the client or the engineer? Yes, you're welcome on the Startup Talk. We found you here. I don't know yet whether you're the client or the engineer, but what we know for sure is that you're about to share with us the success story of this product. You're welcome to the Startup Talk. You could say hi and the names, yes.
Basebe mujebale nze nkosa olimo oluganda wange
tutambule tofayo.
So amanya gange bampita Sekata Ivan, kino ekifo kyange naye n'ennyumba yange, naye nafuna omukisa kwona omwami ono nempula ku history yaabwe nti bakuba bu blocks obwo bulinga nga bu 99, zino blocks za 99 nga za malamu. Akwata agundi malamu n'agisengejja n'assaamu ka simiti nga katonotono n'afulumya bulooka ng'ewedde nga nnungi. Era zino blocks z'olaba zino bazizimba nga tebataddemu musenyu okufiiringa, bayita okufiiringa, fiirde babupanga bupanzi, bulina zi joints nga bw'omubulaba wano nakinaki bwe butyo. Naye n'ennyumba eno kati wano weetuuse tenaweza n'obukadde busatu, eringa $2,882,700 awo. Nola kati eri ku biimu awo, kati ekitegeeza onyongera nga $2,000,000 obe mu kitundu eggwira ddala. Kisenge na ddiiro, mulimu ekinaabiro, toyi munda, nyumba nnungi. Kati bw'ozimba enzimba eno ennyini buno blocks buno obwa malamu, oba osevinga nnyo okusinga zino blocks zino ez'ebbumba mu kirombe. Naye nga malamu mulungi okukubamu buno bu blocks buno. Era malamu muyitirivu, oba olina malamu mu septic tank, oba obadde olina ettaka nga lya kibanja, byonna bikola kimu. Mbwekyo bwe kiri.
Kale twogere ku tugende mu by'essente. Obadde obyogeddeko katono nnyo, naye okuzimba ennyumba bweti ogambye mulimu ddiiro, namwe muliyita
ddiiro, kisenge na ddiiro.
Kisenge na ddiiro mulimu toyi n'effumbiro oba. Kati okuzimba mweri enzimba eyaffe eri gye tumanyi, awo omuntu kati singa ali mu ssente ki?
Enzimba eri eyaffe eno
wano wetutuuse
oba oli $5,000,000 nga 5 n'omusobyo, oba nga $5,000,000 n'omusobyo. Naye kati wano wendi ni $2,882,700, naye obukadde busatu tebunaba kuwera. Naye kati wano weetuuse wenyongerako obukadde 2, kintu kiba firi kigenda kugwira ddala ku ssente ensaamusaamu ku blocks buno busevinga nnyo. Era abasinga bonna abalaba akavidiyo kano nakinaki mwetabira nnyo ddala mu butafaali buno blocks buno obulungi buno obuliko kati ensangi zino, oba osevinga nnyo.
Kale awo ko tukategedde, ayina kyayogeddeko n'agamba nti mwangu like ennyumba eyanguwa okuggwa. Kino kitudde ebbanga ki?
Ebbanga si luwanvu enzimba, kujjako okuba bu blocks obwo bulwawoko katono naye kato okuzimba wano
kubeera balina obudde
awo wali obudde awo busooke bugiregiremuko naye kati enzimba yeyanguwa nnyo era wano kati ennyumba weetuuse wano tenaweza na weeks 2 eri mu wiiki ng'emu n'ennaku nga 3 okugizimba naye nga tetuteekamu musenyu teri musenyu bw'olaba buno bu joints buno teri musenyu n'akamu opanga bupanzi butafaali nojoininga mpaka kungulu bwekyo bwe kiri awo
kakati waliwo ebifaananyi bano bye bali mu kulaba already kati ebiri ku screen bifaananyi birungi ndaba bulabika bulungi balabika balina akalangi ke bayisaako gwe pulaani ye eri etya
sikutegeddeawo nziriramu
awo teŋŋamba ojja kulekanga bwe buli oba olina pulaani egamba nti ina kengenda okwongerako bulabike bulungi ebifaananyi bye tulabye
oyinza okwongerako n'okubaka bulasita n'oyisaako n'akalangi nakyo kikola ate abamu babuzimba ne batakuba bulasita ne bubeera bwebutyo nga bwe kiso kiri kugwa omuntu okuwomesa ekintu era n'obubeera bubeeze bwe butyo buba buwooma bulabisa bulungi naye oba oyagala oyinza okuddamu n'okuba bulasita kantu kawoomu kalaba
okay mukama wange webale nnyo okukkiriza okwogeramuko naffe kintu kirungi katusuubire nti abalala abali mu site y'Embarara at least banirowooza ku kino nabo bakozese buno mu buyitaki omanya akatofaali nakyo kigambo
blocks
babiyita bubuloka kale yes that's how it can be osobola just akasemba kona koina fe tudde ku kino
kati akasemba mbadde nsiima bana ba kampuni sembe ba Musalimu Service Limited bantu bamaanyi nnyo mu kintu kino bakugu era yeetaaga kuba njja basomera enamba y'ono oyinza ogibasomera njja gibasomerako kumulabe kati bano bo be bakubi bwa blocks muno mu Mbarara bokka be tuyinamuko naye ku bbeeyi ensaamusaamu si ba bbeeyi
ate bajjeewo ne
babukubiraawo balina zi mashini zonna zikubaawo biki kwegamba babuwako eyabona nga bukoze butya nga buwedde ate ne baddamu ne bakuzimbira baddamu ne babuzimba kujja kwajja bbawe enamba y'essimu abagala kukozesa ajja bakolera bwebitu bakozesa
okay kale wow ng'owenye muganda wange sajja asiimye so let's now as we near the end of today's episode I want to hear from you Ndugu Elsmart. You know you're taking that name. By the way, congratulations. We've not talked about that yet, but he's another winner for this month. That was Usia.
Thank you very much. And that was national. We went through as second winners of the National Youth Innovation Award of UZIA, that is Uganda Small Scale Industries.
Yes.
So we are very proud of that, and that is Elsmart Conservation Technologies.
Okay.
Yes. Please.
Now, one thing I need to remind you is that you don't just win. You only win if what you do is actually real. Now, Katukomeo, sorry. Olava. Kare. So let's move on. We just looked at ISA's innovation.
Yes.
What do you have to comment about it? How is it related to what you may be doing? Then later you should be also guiding us. This is someone who is building, because he just told us also the kitchen is inside. We know you and kitchen, your friends. What do you have to comment about that in your line of business? And then general comment to what actually ISA does.
Thank you very much. This is really a great moment, and we need to tell you people outside there that there is a general problem of SDG 13, which is climate change. People, the entire world is facing a challenge of the environment. The climate is changing every day and night, and really we need to join our efforts to this. Elsmart Conservation Technologies, as I had already told you, that it turns those agricultural wastes into briquettes or energy saving blocks, which are smoke free, clean and affordable. So we see an opportunity working with Ban Salim, whereby they also produce the eco-friendly biomass or eco-friendly blocks, which are just made from our soil without burning them. So they produce those, and we see that really they are good to be used in when we are making permanent stoves. So we appeal to all of you outside there that please, if you have your house there, call us. If you're still in construction, please call Elsmart Conservation Technologies. We come, we give technical advice where you will put your kitchen, and we use our blocks, the blocks which are made from the environment, which are eco-friendly, which are environmentally fit, so that we can produce for you permanent stoves which are saving on briquettes consumption and still in your money that you'll be using for producing those permanent stoves.
So what you're saying is we can now start using these blocks in developing the other permanent stoves. The one we saw last a few minutes ago, okay, there is this one that these people are viewing on their screen.
Yes.
If from the calculations here, you would think it would consume like how many blocks? I don't know if you quickly could tell that.
Thank you very much. Now to produce the permanent stove, averagely, meaning if I was using the blocks, the other burnt blocks to produce your stoves, if it could take you like 2 million to produce for a very good and standard permanent stove. So using these interlocking blocks, it can take only something like 1.2. So meaning you're saving around 800,000 shillings. So meaning this is the way to go. Let's save our environment. Let's save our money, please, because anything you're doing without saving, then the deal is wrong. But with this, you will really save and you will appreciate the beauty of the world.
Wow.
Yes.
You need to get the deal right and not wrong. He says you might have already built your house. You might have already built whatever. But then if you're thinking of having a permanent stove, which we just saw the advantages, then please, you might need to consider using these interlocking blocks. And it tells you it can be cheaper in a way that when we come to you, we might use the soil from, you said septic tank, the maram, whatever maram we could get at your site. We use it to get these blocks, and it is the same that we are going to use to build your permanent stove. And you're sure you're not going to by the way, permanent stoves last for how long?
The permanent stoves really can go for 5 years.
Yes,
and good of it that it is repairable. So it is not something that you will make at the end of it all, then it gets completely demolished, or no. With that permanent stove, we make it, and after those 5 years, you'll find if there is a need, then Elsmart Conservation Technology is there for you. It comes, it repairs your stove, you again have your permanent stove. Enjoy life, enjoy your kitchen.
Very impressive.
Yes.
Let's look at the lifespan of these blocks.
Yeah, the lifespan of these blocks, as you know, anything with cement and compressed, it really lasts. As we have seen blocks made out of sand. So what I can tell you, you can reach 40 years plus with our blocks.
Okay. Yeah. So we are so safe using them for stoves, and it's going to keep around. It's a quite impressive building material. I don't know if you have some conclusive remarks about the product, but it's a wonderful one. Very, very pretty. Indoor, okay, if we are to make this wall very, very well or clear and, attractive, we marry ladies and they like attractive stuff, but also, of course, people who visit me, this is, for example, he says this is a sitting room. Indoor, are there other designs I could apply on this?
Yeah, they're actually there. You can use wallpapers, you can fill in these.
Just like any other wall, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're plastering, it takes a small thickness. So you use a small
Because
thickness to
straight,
plaster. It's
yes.
already straight. So the blocks are just wow.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much for joining in case you just joined us. It is the Startup Talk, and I'm Sankara Biaruhanga. We do this every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Today we've been looking at how green enterprises are changing the business game in Mbarara, and we started with 2 businesses. We're going to be repeating some of these episodes because green enterprises is what we want to push now as Empower Youth in Technology, but we're going to have several episodes of this and success stories of how these guys are changing the game in Mbarara. But so far, we've been able, in case you just joined us, we've been able to tell the story. What you're seeing on screen, that was earlier when we visited some hotel here in Mbarara, and they were telling us how charcoal briquettes and generally permanent stoves are quite a blessing to their business. What also you see on screen and also in the background is the site where we're standing from. It's a house being built. It's a site, actually. I am told engineers refer to it as a site, and the materials we're using or the bricks we're using are actually interlocking blocks, and you don't need sand to interlock them, just like you can see on your screen. Now I've been having Comrade Matovu Modi, who is Mr. Elsmart, and also Comrade Issa, who is from Bamsalim Services Limited, and that's how we ran today's episode. And I believe that you were able to tell that this is actually changing the business game. I'm going to let them mention where they're found and the contacts and how you could be able to get them, and then we should be able to call it a show. We're starting with you. Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you, Mr. Sankara.
Yes.
Elsmart Conservation Technologies is located in Kisenyi, that stage from Jingo Hotel. As you're moving up, that stage called Kayembe stage, that's where our office is, and we supply you briquettes and our services from there. However much we have a factory in Kakova, that's where the production factory is. The contacts, if you want us, please contact 0758 48707 and with an MTN of 0772 882968. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes, let's hear from Comrade Issa.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to appreciate Mr. Haddad for putting it right with our approach that we initiated with him, and he accepted, we constructed, and he gave us business. So we are surviving for some good days. So thank you, Mr. Haddad, and would like to appreciate the people. We're actually venturing into real estate development. For those people who want to have stress while building, acquiring land, acquiring their land titles, we're looking at that, and we shall be constructing houses for those people affordably, so cheap you can buy from us. Then we are found at 4 miles. It is called, that area is called Kashenyi, opposite Cam Oils. That's where our office and our project site is. You can call us on 0200 92 56 40. I repeat, 0200 92 56 40. Or you can call me on my MTN 0782 550 777. Thank you, Mr. Sankara.
Wow, thank you very much, you who has been also watching. It's another very, very pretty way to end a month, and also welcome a month of Christmas. It's usually festive seasons, and you know, people are very, very happy. So it is a very beautiful way of ending this month. Now, this is to remind you that on AIT TV this very season you have a chance to record yourself wishing people Christmas. We have a very, very cool package for you. We are introducing Xmas birthdays. So we are just saying, do you have a birthday? Can you wish them a very Merry Christmas and any other message? And then on top of that, we are going to add you a bottle of Red Star wine, full bottle of Red Star wine, also half liter of natural pure organic honey. On that very package, we are going to give you that, and also a cap from a Hit TV. That is one package, and all that package is just at 100,000 shillings. That package can go to someone as a surprise. You could say, don't tell him, I want you to go, let him view this message, my video clip, send it to him surprisingly, and then also deliver this package for me to them. I want them to be very, very happy. That's what we are going to be doing. Maybe Elsmart, on that package, can you add Charcoal Briquette?
No problem.
No
problem, please.
Okay, mothers, you have now that sorted. Just pay 100k and we just got it from him. We are just also going to add you some, how many briquettes?
Around three briquettes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to be delivering that. Now, if the surprise is to baby mama, then you know the secret. That is what we want to be doing. And also, how about the stove? That one they can call you, eh?
Yes, they can call.
Okay.
They can call on those numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're planning to go back to villages and take some gift to mommy, mama, then a stove is here for you, and we are going to see what package we can give you. But that is what we have to say for today. Thank you very much. And in case you have events in this very month, Hit TV will still broadcast your events on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. People will still be able to view you even when they're in the villages or they are in town. We just need to call it a day. It's been quite a beautiful Tuesday here, and that's how we end our November, like that. Back to you at the command center, Henry.
You're watching a Hit TV, empowering you.
Bananga bami n'abachara naze kubanyonyora nti bwoba ngo olina omukolo gwonna gw'olina oyagala kuyingira nyumba, olina ronchi gy'okola, olina hoteri, olina embaga, olina urumbe, olina buli kalonde yonna ng'oyagala bagutere ku Zoom, YouTube wamu no ku Facebook. Njagala kugamba nti Hit TV bwe basobola okubeera nga bakikolerako bulungi nnyo, balina kamera ennungi nkambwe, balikirya nnyo, bamanyi kibakola, eby'oluzungu, eby'oluganda, eby'olunyankole, buli kalonde yonna baguteerako buteezi. N'olwekyo mukwano gyaffe tusubwa yangwa mangu.
A Hit TV, empowering you.
Yes, it's time to surprise those planning to intrude into your property today with surveillance systems like CCTV cameras, spy cameras, hidden cameras, or biometric systems like fingerprint access, GPS car tracking systems, attendance and access control systems, intercom systems, entry point security systems, security alarm systems, and more. Have yours installed today by HomeScan Uganda Limited, the only tested and trusted providers of home or office security systems installation and maintenance in Mbarara and beyond. Call us on our hotlines today on 0485 444 107 or 0392 156 449 or mobile number 0774 227511.
You're watching a Hit TV, empowering you.